and we'll certainly get those answered. But we'll go ahead and get started here for everyone that's already joined us. For those that are a little bit running late, we'll have to catch up or catch it on the replay. So we're going to go ahead and pull some information up and kind of tell you about my story, how I got started. So again, my name is Kevin Davis. I am a Baltimore investor, primarily wholesaling. I've been in the business for about the last 8 years, 7 to 8 years full time, about the last 15 years total. I've done over 300 transactions and counting, specifically on wholesaling. I've done a lot of creative structuring, mentoring of other students. We have just recently opened up or revamped our coaching program. So I help a lot of people. I actually co-host the Buy Baltimore meetup, which you can catch the third or second Tuesday of the month, which we provide a lot of content as well. So, part of the whole deal mastery, family in terms of information, education, tools, and processes needed to thrive in your real estate business. And tonight, we are going to focus on pipeline management. For those that are in the business, they understand, fully well that, you don't always close a sale immediately. So you have to understand the processes behind being able to close a sale over time, what that looks like. We're going to deep dive into exactly what that process looks like. What are the mindset pieces that you have to have in place to understand, what you need to put in place for that process and the overall goal of what that process is for. So we're going to open up all of that with regards to follow up, understanding how to be able to effectively manage your leads. You have to be able to continuously thrive through those leads because you'll get a lot of individuals that, quite frankly, you're just not going to close on that first call. So we're going to go ahead. We have some information and we're going to open it up for Q&A. If you do have questions, go ahead and post those into the chat box and we'll try and answer those as they come. For those that are just joining us, go ahead and chime in and let us know where you're from. If you're hailing from, we've had some different people on the call from different parts of the country, Atlanta so far. We have North Carolina in the house. We've had upwards of Michigan and some other parts of the country. So we always like to know, kind of where people are connecting with us from, so we can go ahead and give that due notice. But we'll go ahead and jump start into the content here. Give me 1 second to pull this up, and we'll get started. All right. Let me know if you can see my screen in the chat there. If you can see my screen, just go ahead and throw a yes, yes, yes in the chat. All right, so let's see. And it looks like we're up and running. Give me 1 second. And we'll get this party started, guys. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Again, this is Kevin Davis, KDD Development, Buy Baltimore Meetup, Wholesaling REI Academy, and we are covering lead management, success, and following up, nurturing your sales pipeline. You have to understand how to nurture your sales pipeline. And give me 1 second, guys. Let me just make certain I have all this set up for you to be able to take a look. We have a lot of content to cover, and we want to make certain that you have the opportunity to take advantage of the information. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have Clinton, Maryland in the house, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Gaithersburg, Maryland. Yeah, I've been up to Gaithersburg. Actually, lived up there for a short period of time. Not my type of town, but certainly some good times with a friend. Let's see, North Brunswick, New Jersey. So a couple of different places around the country. Awesome. Keep letting the guys know where we're coming from, and we'll go ahead and get started and jump into the content here. Again, if you do have any questions, go ahead and post those in the chat, and we'll answer those. But you got some yeses. Okay, so yes, you can see my screen. Is that a yes, guys? Gonna need some participation here. We don't make certain that the content is covered, but we also want to make certain we get some feedback and understand what you guys are looking for in terms of responses. So can you see my screen? Go ahead and give me a quick yes so we can get started here, and we'll dive right into the content. Okay, yes from Sarah, yes from Travion. Okay, great. So we'll go ahead and get started. Lead management, success and follow-up. So what exactly does this mean? Nurturing your sales pipeline. As investors, one of the things that we have to do effectively is create a opportunity, essentially. And a sale is simply an opportunity that's realized. So what does it take to actually get a sale? What process does it take to go from one piece of contact all the way to cashing a check? In real estate, typically it's a check that's either recurring from creative or from property that presents a consistent cash flow from us, or a check from a property that we ultimately turn over to sell. In most cases, we're going to be doing one of those two. In some cases, you can do multiple strategies where you receive a check, not only in that initial transaction or when you sell the property, but also when you yourself take that property and occupy it, or do whatever you're going to do with it, quite frankly. You can have a multitude of different types of checks coming in from a property, but ultimately to get there, you have to be able to get a transaction done. You have to be able to get to a point where someone says yes to your offer, yes to the transaction moving forward, yes to all of those different things that you need in order for a sale to turn over to a profitable check. So what does that process look like? Exactly what do you need to do to nurture it?